My wife and I are heading back to the dam that my buddy Jerry's building. They poured a huge slab day before yesterday. I mean, huge. You'll be able to tell which it is because it wasn't completely dry yesterday. It might be today. They also poured some concrete into a ditch they dug to add to the rock wall. What he's doing is a really wonderful thing. It's going to create an area for families to swim, camp out, picnic, all the above, and $5 a person. You know, you go into Turner Falls during the tourist season, and on adults you're paying up to $20 each. I don't remember exactly what it is, but then their winter rates is a lot lower. It's $12 a person for adults and like $9 each for kids. I'm not sure what it is. I haven't read the sign in a long time. But he's doing this for families. I've had people accuse him of being greedy and wanting to do it so he can make all kinds of money. No, that's not it at all, I promise you. I know my buddy Jerry better than anybody else other than his wife and his daughters know him. We've been best friends for a long time. I know the measure of the man. I know that he's very kind. We're going to drive through in front of his cabins. There's a Deer Creek lodges and cabins sign I painted about. Realistically, I think I did that sign about 7 years ago. Needs a little touch up.
Needs to be cleaned.
And like Linda said, it needs a good cleaning. I'm actually feeling quite a bit better today. I felt really bad the day before yesterday and not too good yesterday. Today I feel a lot better. Being able to spend time with my sweetheart is a good thing. You'll notice in this video that, or in the one preceding this one, I said I was going to do this one too. And I am. That's what we call the snake pit right there, and that's because they killed like 39 rattlesnakes in it a couple of years ago. That's where Jerry stores his equipment.
There are the loose goats.
This old road used to go all the way across the river. It was the original Highway 77. Way before there was ever an Interstate 35 or the current Highway 77. I made a comment on one of the videos. I think I went ahead and published it. I'm not sure I did or not on YouTube. That when I was a kid, none of that going down to Ardmore was there. There were no radio towers on, there's a feral cat running. No radio towers, no windmills, just farmland and the mountains, which is how I'd prefer it to be. When I was a kid, there wasn't a paved road going to Darty. It was dirt and gravel. There was no Lake of the Arbuckles. You could go from Darty all the way to Sulphur on a back road. And that was really neat. I don't think Jerry's down here. He'd be on either the skid steer or the backhoe. He's got the skid steer, backhoe, bulldozer, And I believe the humongous front loader parked behind a pile of dirt. They've moved a large amount of dirt. Yeah, I can see the pour from here. It's not quite cured yet. Yeah, I see the cab of the...
Wow.
My wife just said, wow. You see that down there? I'm gonna zoom in on it. You can see the stripes of the part that's already cured. I'm gonna roll down closer and then back up out of here. That was a lot of concrete. I don't know how many yards. They've got to pull the forms up that they put down for it, and then they're going to, right down there, you can see that band of concrete from the rock wall extending. They'll put rock there, then after they get that up, they'll pour another slab. They've got a little orange striped line going up the hill, and they'll just run the rock wall all the way up. It's for aesthetic appeal mostly, but it also serves purpose as the dam. And then in front of us, where there's gravel, there will be a concrete road, and it'll go all the way to the top on both sides, and probably a concrete landing up there to start your journey across the dam. When it all cures out real good, it's going to be neat looking. This concrete we're on right now has been here for the better part of almost 2 years. Now I'm going to back up a little bit and explain a little bit more. You look down there at the end of this slanted concrete, there's a little area that has some gunite blown onto it with a little rebar. Now, to the left of us, where all that dirt's piled up in the area down there, that's going to be excavated out. There'll be rebar and there'll be concrete down there too. What he's going to do is make basically a swimming area for everybody. And he's going to build another rock dam further down to make basically a little lake down in here. It's going to all really be neat when he gets done with it. Well, folks, that is the travels with Tucklow for today. It really is. I'll leave the camera running while I back out slowly, and you can see all this. Before I go all the way up, there to the left, all that's going to be a giant swimming pool. They had one like that in Sulphur when I was a kid. It was naturally fed by the springs. It constantly changed the water, and that's what'll happen here. And so they didn't have to have chemicals to treat the water. It was just natural spring water. And that's what'll be here. No chemicals. There's also not going to be lifeguards. They had lifeguards at the natural pool at Sulphur, and then they filled it in. There used to be a really neat kids park. It had a miniature train, had a swimming hole, had just all kinds of things for someone to do. and they removed all that. Now they've got one artesian spring flowing up there you can get a drink from, and it flows into a little creek ditch they dug that goes on down and empties into Rock Creek, and then empties into Veterans Lake, and from there into Lake the Arbuckles. Well, I thought I'd keep the camera running just a little bit longer. This is a campground that they built, has water, has no electrical outlets. People come here. Up until a couple of days ago, there were a couple of guys living down here for a week. That's it, folks. Love you, God bless you, and I'll put this one on YouTube too.